We had a lady who had surgery done and they made a surgical mistake and they removed her ileocecal valve. The ileocecal valve is what keeps the poisons from going from the small intestine back up into the gut. So you had terrible stomach problems. She was on the way to the emergency room and she called me, says, "Oh, Dr. Rankin, I'm having a stroke. I'm having a stroke." I said, "No, you're not. You're having a liver problem." And she cussed me out and hung up the phone. And remember, if you got a problem with your liver, which she did, she had the most horrible drugs as a child. And she had this ileocecal valve ripped out, an error in a surgery. And then she's taking these other drugs on top of it, which poisoned her liver even more. Her liver was so bad that it was overwhelming her thyroid. Thyroid was so malfunctioning because of dehydration and a lack of iodine that she was having what appeared to be a stroke. She wasn't having a stroke. If you'll just Google for yourself, how can a thyroid appear to be a stroke? And you'll find within the next first couple pages, even on Google, which is not always the best place to search, you'll find out that a problem with the thyroid can give the impression that you're having a stroke. So she goes to the hospital and she's on the way home and she doesn't have the courage really to call me back because she was so embarrassed. And she goes, "I am so embarrassed." She said, "I get to the hospital and they did some liver enzymes, some liver issues. And how you knew this, I don't know, but you always seem to know that my liver was so badly out of control that it was overwhelming my thyroid, giving me the impression I had a stroke." It was so badly overwhelming her thyroid that her metabolism was way down. Her kidneys were shutting down because of the lack of hydration and her anger was overwhelming. So if you're ever having symptoms of what you think is a stroke, I'm not saying that it's always thyroid, but there's a pretty good chance that if you ever had patterns of not being able to focus or you feel like you can't remember your grandchildren's names or whatever else, all kinds of issues like that,